Your husband's resentment might be about this. If something feels off, like he's pulling back, getting quieter, or more easily frustrated, but you can't quite figure out why, this video's for you.
Because resentment usually doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly in ways that are easily missed.
And what we found is what looks like resentment on the surface usually has something underneath it that's misunderstood. We're going to walk you through that now. But before we get into this, if you're new here, I'm Ryan. I'm on the autistic spectrum, and this channel is about building stronger relationships and more intentional lives.
And I'm Lori, Ryan's wife. I have ADHD. And so when we talk about things like resentment in marriage, we're not speaking from theory, we're speaking from our lived experience.
We've been married for over 23 years, and a lot of what we are sharing today, we've had to learn the hard way. There was a point in our marriage where I felt a lot of resentment, and I didn't really understand why. At the time, I thought it was because things weren't fair. It wasn't that, and I'll explain that as we go.
Let's start with what resentment actually feels like, because it doesn't always present in anger. Sometimes it looks like distance. You just talk less, you're not as patient, you don't feel as connected. You might notice he's still there, still doing things, but something feels different. And it's easy to think he's just in a mood, he's stressed, he'll get over it. But underneath that, something has been building for a while.
For me, it didn't feel like anger, it felt like a weight, like something sitting in my chest, pulling me down. And it made it harder to love Lori the way I wanted to and to really connect with her. And I didn't really know how to explain that.
If you can catch that early before it builds up too much, you have a chance to deal with what's underneath.
And at that point, I still thought the problem was what she was doing, not how I was seeing it. Resentment usually doesn't start with big problems. It starts with small things that don't get talked about. Little moments where something feels off, but you move on instead. For me, it showed up in day-to-day stuff. I'd be doing things around the house, fixing things, cleaning things, organizing things, and I'd look over and Laura would be lying there resting. And in my head, I'd thinking, why am I the one doing everything? That thought didn't happen once, it kept happening. And every time it did, it added a bit more. And this doesn't just go in one direction. Sometimes it's flipped, where the wife is doing everything and the husband's the one sitting back. It plays out the same way. If you're listening to this and thinking this feels familiar and I can't quite explain it, we put together a free relationship friction quiz. It helps you figure out what pattern is happening in your relationship. You're not just guessing. You can find that link in the description below.
From my perspective, I could see the resentment, but I saw things differently. I needed time to decompress. I often felt overloaded from my career and my brain was done. And honestly, watching him busy himself made me even more anxious.
So what I thought was imbalance was actually two different needs at the same time. I just didn't see that yet. What I didn't realize is that I was leaving out half the picture.
When we forget to watch out for one another's perspectives, this is where things start to go wrong. When we don't understand what is happening, we start telling ourselves a story, not out loud, but in our heads. He doesn't care. She's not trying. This isn't fair. And once that story starts, our mind creates a bias that makes our feelings create a tainted reality.
For me, the story was simple. I'm doing more, but I wasn't looking at the full picture. I was focused on what I noticed.
When you slow down and question the story, you can start seeing what's actually going on instead of reacting to it. And the hard part is, once you believe that story, it's easy for resentment to build up and your partner start to feel more like something you're taking care of, as if they're your child instead of your equal.
Here's where I got it wrong. I thought my resentment meant something wasn't fair, but looking back, I was doing a lot of tasks because I wanted to. I wanted them done a certain way. I noticed details more. And honestly, sometimes I wanted that time to myself. So I was choosing those things. But I think perhaps I was beginning to also use them as proof that I was doing more.
And at the same time, as Ryan continued to keep himself busy, his resentment also pushed me further away from him. He was always busy, and watching him became stressful for me, so I distanced myself. At the same time, I continued doing things that came more naturally to me than to Ryan, like being present with the kids, emotionally connecting with them, and with other family or friends, handling things that don't show up on a list, or working with the kids to get done all the things from their lists too.
And this is what makes it confusing because you're both doing your part, but it doesn't feel like the other person is. Once I saw Lori's perspective, everything started to change. And this is where things started to click for me because I realized something I hadn't seen before because it wasn't about fairness anymore. It was about understanding what each of us was actually doing. And this is what it actually came down to in the end. This is the part most couples miss. Resentment usually comes back to misunderstanding expectations. We both had ideas about what things should look like, who should do what enough looks like, but we never really talked about it clearly. And we both know how much I like to talk. So we were both measuring things in completely different ways.
And the real danger with that is if one or both of you feel that resentment for long enough, it can slowly turn into apathy. And that I don't care anymore, or it's not worth fighting for anymore. If it gets to that point, your relationship is in a rough place. So recognizing that resentment early before it gets there really matters. And a big part of that is starting to see your partner more clearly instead of assuming the worst.
That's where the frustration comes from. You're both trying, but it doesn't feel right to either of you.
So here's a question for you. Where do you see resentment most in your relationship right now? Are you feeling unappreciated? Are you feeling misunderstood? Are you feeling that things just don't feel balanced?
Put in the comments below. We read every one and it helps us to know what to talk about next.
Resentment doesn't mean your relationship is broken.
It usually means something has been misunderstood for a long time. When you start to see what's actually going on underneath, things can change faster than you expect. If you want clarity on what's actually happening in your relationship, go take the free relationship friction quiz. It will help you identify your main pattern and give you a place to start. The link is in the description below. Now that you can see what's building that resentment, you might be wondering why it keeps happening. A lot of it comes back to how our brains are wired and how that plays into our day-to-day. So watch this video next. When you combine what you just learned with what we explained there, it gives you a much clearer picture of what's going on.